Alright, welcome back. So I wanted to make hopefully a quick video just giving you guys a build that has worked for me. I'm not sure if how well it would work in Conquest, because Conquest a little bit different meta with like starter items, things like that. But this build has worked for me in other game modes like Clash, Arena, things like that. Always went really well, positive wise, and it's just worked for me, and I just figured I'd share it. Again, this is my opinion and how it worked for me. It may not work for everybody else's playstyle. I'm not going to cover the abilities like I normally do. I've done that in my last video. But I do want to talk about how I personally level up my abilities, because that's a much requested thing to talk about. So I personally like to max out my 2 first, helps clear minion waves, also really great damage. It can do an insane amount of damage once you get a little bit of attack speed or whatever, and then you can quickly build up the stacks, and it hits really hard. Next, I like to level up my 1, and the reason why, because I really enjoy that heavy movement speed that it gives you. Just an incredible amount of movement speed for fast rotations, and the bonus power to you and your allies, as well as, the movement speed does apply to your allies, but just the power bonus is really nice, and again, the heal does scale up, so that's why I like to level that one second. Of course, I level up my ultimate anytime I can, and then finally, my 3 is the last thing I level up. Now, it does do quite a bit of damage, especially the late game, or fully maxed rather, but I personally don't really try to use my charge for damage. I like to use it to either get in or get out, or just to like silence somebody when I get in or whatever. I don't really try to use it for damage, which that's just my personal preference. So, of course, we have boots here. Let's get my red stance. So I got my Warrior Tabby boots. I'm not a huge fanatic on Ninja Tabby boots. I feel like the Warrior Tabby is a little bit better because I like to do a little bit more pokes with my 2. I'm not necessarily always basic attacking, even though I do it, just not as often as I am using my abilities. So that's why I went with the Warrior Tabby. Next, if you go into Spirit Robe tree, I like to go into the Hide the Urchin as my second item. Reason being, the stacks are dependent on kills and assists, so you definitely want to get it early on if you can, so that way you can start building up the stacks a lot quicker, and that makes it a lot more efficient item for the cost of it. It gives you both really high physical and magical protection, which is always great, so instead of having to use 2 item slots, one for physical, one for magical protection, you have it all in one item. So that's why I really like Hide the Urchin, as well as high HP. Well, not necessarily high HP compared to other defensive items, but 250 is still pretty decent. And again, the mana is always great. So after that, I do go into the Frostbound Hammer. The reason why is just I find it really great to just stick on target with it, and it just helps out a ton. It's a pretty common warrior item to pick up, and another reason why I pick it up. But yeah, so between that and the Hide the Urchin, you're already having a really nice HP boost, and you have plenty of physical protection and magical protection. Now it's just getting into where things can get a little bit different. If you want to more worry about being tanky, I'd probably go to Spirit Road right after. But if you're looking to do damage, I would heavily recommend going to a penetration item, and this is about the time when I go into Executioner. So the item slot right after Frostbound is either Spirit Robe or Executioner. Typically, I kind of like to go Executioner, but in sometimes where I need to be tanky, I'll go into Spirit Robe. So yeah, Executioner, the 20% attack speed is really great. I feel like it's just perfect amount of attack speed to help get your passive going, as well as build up your stacks on your 2 in case you're not taking too much damage. Helps clear minions a lot faster, because you can just attack the minions real fast, pop 2, and you're good to go. And then the Spirit Robe. So I like to have these back to back together, if it's either the Spirit Robe first or the Executioner after, whatever. So with the Spirit Robe, the reason why I picked this item is because, again, it gives both physical and magical protection. So overall, you have a good amount of protection against both, physical and magical. Of course, you can adjust it if you're fighting a team more physical or more magical. Just make your adjustments there. As well as the cooldown reduction, the 15% is quite nice, just to help just get your 3 on a lower cooldown, because it is your initiation ability, especially if you don't have a blink or things like that, or you don't want to go into blink. So that's why I go into the Spirit Robe, as well as the extra passive with the 15% additional damage mitigation. That's an extra 15% on top of your 15% of max rank self mitigation on your 2. So it kind of works out. That's a lot of mitigations. And then your last item, all situational. I mean, if you need more physical, go into more physical protection. More magical, go more magical protection. If you're looking to go just stay with the Bruiser ideal, you can probably just go into Runeforge Hammer. It's a very cheap item, so if the match is about to end and it's your 6th item, you can go right into this, and you're looking pretty good. Again, if you're looking to be tanky, especially against physical targets, Midgardian Mail is actually really good. So if they try to fight back, they have a chance to be slowed, on top of the fact that you have Frostbound just whacking away on them, so you can easily chase and just stick to your target. So there's a little room for just, you know, making it your own build, and it's just all situational. Actives, again, another case of situational. I really like the beads, so that way I don't have to, you know, use my ultimate to be CC immune and things like that. Just beads are just really great overall for any god, honestly. And then again, Shield of Underworld, always are great to counter certain gods. People in Curse to help chase down gods. I've seen some people like to go with the Mystical Mail. If you do plan to go with the Mystical Mail, I would definitely get it early on. Maybe to replace the Hither Urchin or right after Hither Urchin, because the thing with Mystical Mail is it does kind of fall off late game. But luckily, you are AMATERASU and you have a passive that increases your target's incoming damage by 10%. So that helps keep Mystical Mail more relevant. But yeah, if you do pick this up, I'll probably recommend getting it early on, just for the sake of it doing more damage early game. So that's going to wrap it up. I guess I've seen some people pick up Yone's Wrath. I just don't really like it. It's just... I just like to be a little bit more tankier. It's just my personal preference. But on the same note, if you did want to get some more cooldown reduction, you can go into Mail of Renewal. So that way you have 30% CDR at the very least. It's not 40%, which is a cap, but 30% is pretty decent. So that's it. Before rambling on too long, I just want to give you my take on my build for AMATERASU that works for me. May not work for you, but it works for me. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.